Hello and welcome to a brief tutorial on how to design forms within Klaviyo, presented by Zach from Sandhill Digital. Now, this is going to be a part one of a part two series on forms within Klaviyo, this part being designing, the second part being targeting and behavior of that form. So without further ado, I'm going to bring us into Klaviyo. I am using the left-hand sidebar here, clicking on Signup Forms, and voila, I'm landing on this page. This page displays all of your current forms. Today, we're just going to be creating a form though. So when you click Create Form, you're going to be delivered upon this page with lots of different templates. I actually highly recommend selecting a template that you like, the general layout of it, and then building from there because it does save you a lot of time. Now, I will do this and things will drastically change the way it looks, but at least I have a foundation set, which is really nice instead of starting from scratch. But we are going to start from scratch in this video just to give you a bare bones look at how it works. I'm going to call this new form, how original, right? I'm going to choose a list, and then I'm going to choose the type here. Since we are building from scratch, I'm just going to make a flyout. I'm going to include a teaser because I want to show you what that looks like, and then I'm also going to click Enable Data Protection Fields. You don't always have to do this, but this does present a Captcha and prevents against some spamming and bots as well. Click Save and Design. We're going to fall upon this page here, which displays it in mobile, but you can toggle between desktop and mobile to see how it plays out. Now, our first step here is the teaser. This is what is going to appear at the bottom here on both mobile and desktop. You can choose various formatting options here. I won't go into all the details here to save time in the call, but you get the idea if you've been on an editor before online, and you can do lots of different things here. This next step, I want to show you the email opt-in. Since this is an email sign-in form, basically, it does give you some pre-filled text in here to kind of prompt you into how to make it. But once again, as I said, you can greatly modify things. You can modify it on the individual step, as well as doing a general all-encompassing edit via the formatting over here. And once again, you can change actually the type later on. You can also do width, minimum height, positioning, all of that jazz all comes down to here, and you can make things look completely different than they look right now by modifying a lot of these, as well as the in-step editor as well. Now, I also want to show you guys a new step here so you can kind of see what it looks like. And I will tell you that you can have up to 3 additional steps. More than that, and it does not allow it currently. But we're going to say, let's do a personal information step. Here you can also have SMS opt-in, and you can have a blank step that starts from scratch. But let's do personal information just to have something there for us to look at. Here it's going to prompt us with birthday. How original here as well. That's something that people like to go to when it comes to personal information. But we can do lots of other things here too. We can ask them preferences. Maybe what are your buying preferences? What are your purchasing power brackets? What have you? That is all over here. You'd click Add Blocks. And you can bring in a text, a button, an image, coupon, countdown timer, sign-up counter. Sign-up counter is going to show you dynamically how many people have signed up for this. So maybe it's a sweepstakes, and you're trying to have a FOMO experience here. Countdown timer is also showing you maybe there's a sale ending and you need people to sign up for something or fill in something. That will appeal there dynamically, as well as a coupon, which links to your coupons, and that's going to be another tutorial. But from here, you just name that coupon and it would appear in here, and that would synchronize across emails and what have you. SMS steps here, as well as input fields. And that's what I really wanted to discuss here were input fields. Here you can drop in like any other type of drag and drop editor, email input, phone number, text input, radio button is pretty important. This is going to be a single option. And you'll see over here, each of these different types of fields are going to have different types of formatting options. You'll get a taste for that as you work in here. But from here, I can choose the options here. And this is a single choice option, whereas if I did multi-checkbox, that's basically multiple choice, a date, as well as a drop down. And as you can see, when you place them in here, you're like, oh, it's not the place I want it to be. And you can always drag and drop it into a new place and it will adjust there. I would suggest not having too many questions and too many fields in the same step and migrating it into a different step, because minimalism is good. Less is more, if you will. So that's what I would suggest there. And then from here, one other thing I wanted to take note of is you can choose the action that happens when they click on the button. So does it close the form? Does it submit the form? Does it go to a certain URL? Maybe you have an additional button here that leads them to an informational URL or whatnot. Or you can have them subscribe. And when you click subscribe, it's going to also ask you for a list. Or if you go to email options and I click down here to subscribe, it's going to ask me for which list I want to assign it to. You'll choose that, and then you'll hit success and publish, and that's the short of making and designing an email.